This video is sponsored in part by Little Dragon Corp. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian gaming company based out of Brampton, Ontario. In addition to selling your standard RPG wares like Chessex dice, D&D and Pathfinder books, miniatures, and spell cards, Little Dragon Corp also sells a selection of handcrafted products including plushies, jewelry, and handcrafted dice. I absolutely love the dice from this store. I have 2 sets of my own. I also have this cute little dice bag that they came in. And the dice are weighted well, they roll well, and the best part is they are affordable. And by gosh, look at these plush dice bags. They are absolutely adorable. How could you argue with a cute little plush dragon? If you use the discount code KOBOLD on the website, you will get 5% off your order, and we get a little something to help keep the channel going. So please check out the website, and if you see anything you're interested in, don't forget the discount code. Now for today's video. Hello YouTube, and welcome back to the Drunken Kobold. After today's daily challenges, I found myself in the Taverley Berthobe area, so I figured that while I was here, I would complete Druidic Ritual. Druidic Ritual came out in 2002 as the introduction to the Herblore skill. However, the quest was replaced with a different story in 2012, and the Herblore skill is no longer locked behind Druidic Ritual, and instead this just provides Herblore experience and some stuff to get you started with Herblore. So, without further ado, let's hop into this. We're going to talk to Kegwa Max here.
What brings you to our holy monument? I sense the hand of Guthix in your revival. Maybe you can help me with something. I have a worthwhile quest for you, actually. You have about you the air of a wandering hero, and I sense you can aid us. You are aware, are you not, that we worship Guthix, the god of balance? Well, anyway, we wish to contribute our strength to those soldiers who are fighting to protect us. However, Guthix sits in balance on the matter. All the omens show that he favors neither side more than the other, because on a global scale, the trolls' chaos and disorder are relatively minor. In Taverley, there is a herbalist, Sanfew. He is researching a potion we can offer to Guthix to bring our plight to his attention. The trolls represent disorder. For us, it is a major, immediate imbalance of the elements of harmony. But we need to call upon Guthix to right it with all haste. The potion is specifically called the Ointment of Imbalance. If it is applied to the stone, it will call Guthix's attention to our plight. Once he sees the chaos the trolls have brought, he will turn his power against them. And our star, I would ask you, hero, to go and help Sanfew with whatever he requests. With your help, I am sure we can create the potion and perform the ritual.
Alright. So, if you go into the required items, there is a fishing rod and a chisel here. These are in your tool belt. You do not need to buy these. Coins you still need, and then not listed here, you need a vial. You can buy a vial in Taverley for 5 gold.
Excellent. Go to the last house on this side of the riverbank to the south of Taverley and speak to Sanfew, who is working on the potion for the ritual. He knows what is required to complete it, thanks to his study.
So let's go see Sanfew. And because this is a beginner quest, it's also highlighted on the map here.
What can I do for you, young'un? Have you now? Well, aren't I the lucky one? You may be good at bashing trolls, young'un, but this will take a little more thinking for you to get done. I've got a list of things I need you to retrieve for the potion. Don't you go worrying about mixing it up. Just leave that to me. Now, let me see. What was it I needed again? Oh, I remember. I need you to get me a vial of untainted living water. After that, you can get me some wandering wormwood. And while you're by the lake, you can catch me a stonefish and get some of the scales. Well, thank you very much. So nice to see some polite young people around for a change.
All right. So the first thing that we need is the living water and the scales. The living water we will find deep here in the cave. Now this cave used to be down at the lake at the bottom of Taverley. And a lot of quest walkthroughs will tell you to go to the lake to find this cavern. This is right by the Druidic spot. You do not need to worry about going to the lake for the cavern. Now, we are looking for something called a sparkling fishing spot. I had a feeling they might move it up here to put it by the cave like it was down here, but it doesn't look like they did. So we're actually going to have to move here and find it. Okay, it's just over here. One of the downsides of quests being moved around, see, this used to be the access to the cavern. You don't need any particular baits in your inventory for this one, so that makes that really easy. Alright, and once you have the fish, you're going to gather scales from it with a chisel. It doesn't look like you can put it back for anything, so we will destroy it. And then these are the wandering wormwood. And they will often bury themselves, and if they do, you cannot pick from them until they raise themselves from the ground again. They used to delve under a lot quicker, so you had to be very quick on your toes about getting them, but it seems that they have slowed their dive rate. So that is everything that you need for the potion. We're going to go back here to Sanfu.
Did you bring me the required ingredients for the potion? Whoa, that's the... Well, now I think about it, you've got it all for me. Right, let's get this potion sorted then. There we go. Now take this back to Cake Mix at the Stone Circle, and we'll be fixed up and...
And you don't even have to walk back. It's just going to walk you back in this cutscene.
Guthix, Lord of Balance, hear us. In the name of all beasts and plants, from the humblest mouse to the mightiest of dragons, from the tiniest blade of grass to the tallest oak.
What are you gabbling about, young Cake Mix? The ritual just calls for you pouring the ointment on the stone. Are you trying to put us all to sleep?
Well, forgive me for trying to add a little gravity to the moment.
He'd make a great dungeon master.
Accept our sacrifice, Gothics. Witness our devotion.
Well, did it work?
I feel that our prayers have been answered. Guthix's will has turned against the trolls.
Well, this calls for a celebration. Oh, where's the mead?
And just like that, the Druidic Ritual quest is done. Now, this quest would be best done for somebody who has a herbalist kit in Dungeons and Dragons. But ultimately, it's more of an errand quest that, similar to the Lost Mines of Phandelver quest, quests that are found in the campaign that players just go on with really nothing to do other than, retrieve things. So I could understand if a dungeon master did not want to run this in D&D, but it is entirely possible. It's, again, almost entirely roleplay and a fetch quest. Would you set up terrain for this one? Probably not. There's no combat. You don't necessarily need to be in a spot specific. If you wanted to run this in D&D, let's go. We forgot. We were going to get some information from him, darn it. I didn't know that was coming. If you wanted to leave a challenge to getting the living water, these could be water elementals or some sort of mephit at a lower level if you need so. But yeah, that's where that is at. So if you have any questions or comments that you would like, leave them in the comments down below. If you feel I deserved it, please leave a like and consider subscribing. In the meantime, cheers, and may the rolls be with you.